Hi guys, it's Brooke. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because I'm making a balaclava for the first time. Never made one before, a little nervous, but I'm excited. So one of my friends, Amanda, messaged me and asked me if I would make her a balaclava, and whatever Amanda wants, Amanda gets. So we're gonna make one. So first, I'm gonna cut to some footage of me on my phone, going to Michael's to get yarn. Go. I left my camera at home, so I'm on the phone right now. It actually looks really good. These new iPhone cameras are kind of crazy, people. Anyway, I'm at Michael's. I'm here to pick out yarn because I'm here to pick out yarn. So let's go. Okay, so the color palette she wants is this cobalt blue. She describes it in light pink, so I'm picking out a couple options. My Michael's doesn't have very much yarn. Like, I think this is the only aisle of yarn in the whole place. Like, maybe a little bit in the other aisle. So we don't have many options. JK, this is an aisle, and then this. But, like, this is little, yeah, ignore the floor. Okay. Snow means that all the stores get disgusting, okay? But yeah, so the first set of options is like a loops and thread option. So, this is like my favorite yarn here. So I'm thinking something like this, or a neon, which I think could be really fun, or more like a blush baby pink, I don't know. Okay, we are doing the first color palette I picked out, AKA cobalt blue, and this pink, which is like a cool tone pink. I'm gonna do 2 skeins of each. I don't need 2 skeins of each, but I'm gonna do it just in case. So the way she wants the balaclava is to have like big sections of blue with little stripes of pink in between. And so I'm thinking I might do the inverse for myself. Like, that could be kind of cute if we had like inverse balaclavas. Anyway, so that's why I'm getting a lot of yarn, because I wanna make sure I don't run out, and maybe I do the same thing. Like, maybe I make one for myself. I don't know. Anyway. Successful trip. I'm gonna leave before I buy something I don't need. All right, and now I'm back. I've got the yarn right here. She already picked out the pattern she wanted. She wants the Chroma hood. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that pattern, and then we're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna start by making a gauge swatch. I'm gonna do everything right so that it'll be a good size. I'm kind of nervous for myself, actually. I know the pattern has 2 different sizes, but I've got a really big head. Fun fact, like a really big head. So that'll be interesting to see. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm excited to do this, and I'm excited to maybe have matching balaclavas with her. I think this will be really fun. And I don't do the moss stitch very much, so that'll be good practice. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let's do this. Okay, I was using a 4.5mm hook, even though the pattern calls for a 5.5 because my gauge is super loose, but that ended up being too tight. So now I'm trying with a 5mm. Hopefully this works out. Also, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. That's all. Okay, this hook is also too small, so we're going even bigger. We're going to the 5.5, okay? I'm doing what the pattern says. Okay. Okay, after much trial and error, here is my swatch. I think I'm just gonna go for it because the pattern does have measurements throughout, so I can just compare my sections to the measurements in the pattern, so I think it'll be okay. Basically, this is what's happening. It's supposed to be 4 by 4 inches, 15 rows, 15 stitches. So I basically can either match the rows or the stitches. I can't do both. So I've decided to match these stitches and then just measure the rows as I go and just make it not super long, I guess. So right now, I've got 15 stitches that are 4 inches across, but this is 12 rows of the stitch instead of 15 to make 4 inches. And it's just like, if I tighten my tension to make the rows shorter, then the width gets too short. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna go for it. I think it'll be okay. And yeah, I think I'm also going to do a little YouTube live right now while I work on this. I haven't had a project to casually work on because this is the only thing I have going right now that's kind of casual. So I'm very excited to actually start this. Okay, that's all. I think I've done one bookmark before. I was trying to figure out, I made a bookmark that was like, actually I don't remember what kind of stitch it was, but at the top I did kind of a macrame situation, and I macrameed around one of my crystals that I loved at the time. It was just, I think a small quartz point, and I loved that one, and it was small, and I liked that the quartz would like hang out of the bookmark, and I thought I was such a freaking genius. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever made, this bookmark with a rock in it. Like, I'm combining all my 3 favorite things, books, rocks, and reading. Like, perfect. Okay, so this is where we're at. We've done a strip of cloth, which is essentially this, I believe, of the hat, and then we go around and it kind of comes down. We basically go around these 3 sides, and that's going to build the balaclava hat hood situation. Let's see, where should I work into this net stitch? Whenever I get to corners, that's when I start thinking, I'm like, where am I supposed to go? I should decide to write in the wrong side now. I really should. That's gonna be the wrong side. Okay. She was talking about how she can't freaking find the yarn she wants because Kelsey buys up all of the yarn for scrunchies, so Aiden can't buy it. It was so funny when she said that. I was like, dang. Kelsey's got a monopoly on whatever yarn she uses for scrunchies, which I feel like I should know what it is, but I don't know. Okay, so like I said, I was working on this while I was live, just finished it and went well. Here's the progress. It looks very helmet-ish. Because it's just pretty stiff, because in order to semi-meet the gauge, I had to double strand. I've done my first stripe. I think what I plan to do is 4 rows of blue, 2 rows of pink, 4 rows of blue, but I want to run this by my friend first and see how she feels about the thickness of the stripe and the placement of it. Because she might not want that. She might want it to be, you know, even less pink stripes. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and ask her about this and show her what it's looking like, and we're gonna get her opinion and go from there. Hello, it's the next day. This is the progress I made while I was at the game night. It worked really well. I'm happy with how it's turning out, but hear me out. I think I'm gonna frog it. And this is why. Now that I understand how it works, I think I might frog it and just redo it with my own gauge, because I'm really happy with how the stitch is looking, how the colors look, and how warm it will be. But because I had to double strand this yarn to match this gauge, it's extremely stiff. When I put it on, it looks like a helmet, and that's not really like what we want. Like, hoods should drape. I'm afraid this won't drape. All right, so here's what the hood looks like so far. I accidentally did a few too many rows, so I had to frog it a little bit, but I'm really happy with how the colors are turning out. As we can see, it reaches just like underneath my chin. I'm at the point where I need to start increasing so that it'll start going like this, so that we can kind of close it and make the circle and then go around the sides. I'm really happy with how the colors spaced out. Did I do any math to figure out where the colors should go? No. So am I lucky that it worked out? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. My only issue is I kind of keep flip-flopping my right and wrong side. So I need to really decide, because that's gonna annoy me if I'm gonna have to like pull out my ends and weave them in the other side instead of the one that's in now. I think this is my wrong side, because this one has way more ends, though this one still does. Anyway, that's okay. It's beside the point. Y'all need to know that. My goal, in theory, will be to finish the hood part and start the ribbing today. We'll see. I'm kind of pressed for time because it's now February 10th. When does it start getting warm in New York? I don't know. I'm sorry, Amanda. I'm trying to finish this quickly. And I also want to make one for myself because I want to make a matching one. It's kind of cold outside, so. Okay, so yeah, I'm about to start increasing, and then we can just do the bottom ribbing, the top ribbing, and then add the little tie. Let's do it.
Later that same evening.
All right, here's where I'm at. I just did the few rows of increases. As you can see, it's kind of hard to tell because it's dark yarn, but it goes straight down and then it increases here to kind of curve around your face. So now I'm gonna go through and start the bottom ribbing. We haven't decided yet if we wanna do blue or pink, so I'm gonna swatch both and then we'll decide. We think we wanna do blue around the face. We just haven't decided if this should be blue or pink, so I'm gonna try both. Okay, so I swatched both types of ribbing yesterday. Y'all saw that. I showed it to my friend and she said she wants blue ribbing for the bottom and around the face. So let's freaking do some slip stitch ribbing. Okay, so I was making good progress on the ribbing. The way the pattern has it is you start from one end of the face, go to the other, but I decided to start mine in the back because I didn't want the seam to be in the front. So I started in the back, got all the way to this end, and then realized I had missed one stitch here, and all of these rows were 10 stitches and all of these were 9. So I just had to frog several inches worth of ribbing, which we all know sucks. So I'm gonna put it down for the night and work on this tomorrow. All right, so I've been working on the ribbing. This is where we're at. I've done one side and I've just connected it to the other side. So I'm officially halfway done with the bottom ribbing. And I think it's gonna fit perfectly. I'm always worried when you do stuff like this that the hood's gonna be huge. I hate that. Like, I don't wanna have a hood that's out here because then it doesn't protect you from the wind. But I think this is going to be absolutely perfect, and it's got some stretch so it can get a little bigger if we needed to. And then we'll add the ribbing around the face, but I'm really happy with it. I think it's turning out great. I love the way the blue ribbing looks on the blue with the pink. Like, I love just a little bit of stripes, but mostly blue. I think it's really cute, so yeah. Hello. So I have finished the bottom ribbing. I think I told y'all that already. I honestly don't really remember. Now I'm gonna work on the face ribbing, and I was interested and curious about how we are going to do that because the way the pattern looks is that you've got ribbing that is a tube, right? And you insert a crochet drawstring. And so I was just curious how that was going to happen. So what the pattern designer has you do is make ribbing like this and then fold it over to create like the hole where the drawstring goes. I don't know if I'm making sense. But you fold it over like this and then the drawstring goes in here. So I'm really excited to start this. I'm going to start it right now. Let's do it. All right, so I was working on the face ribbing last night at movie night and I got almost halfway done. I would think I was a quarter of the way done. And then I was like, okay, you know, I'll just finish this right now. I'll just sit down and do it all. I'm almost all the way done. And I just realized that there's supposed to be an eyelet hole down here for you to feed in your drawstring to cinch this tighter. And I just didn't make a hole for it. So I can either connect it all the way down and just leave these open or redo it and make an eyelet. And I think I'm gonna redo it and make an eyelet. I'm wondering if I wanna add a few inches because I feel like this is a very short ribbing for the face, especially considering I'm doing a different gauge, so it might need to be a little longer. But anyway, yeah, so I am now going to frog my 90% completed balaclava so that I can do it right this time. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, I've done like a quarter of the ribbing. I'm much happier with this now. I did remember to do the eyelet hole. I do really like this length. I get nervous every few seconds when I look at it because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so long. But when you flip it over and look at it like this, I think that'll be a really good amount of ribbing for the front. So I'm very happy with it. I'm just gonna keep working on it and maybe I can finish today. I don't know. Even though I'm doing a different gauge, I think this is just about exactly what the length should be. I like a chunkier front ribbing. Like I think this will be a good amount of ribbing near the front. So can you imagine this? Yeah. Anyway, bye. Okay, so here's what it looks like right now. It looks kind of crazy because the face ribbing's really long, but essentially what we're going to do is fold this back and then sew it on like this. So instead of having the 10-inch long ribbing, it's gonna be folded back like this. And then from there, we can put an I-cord in. The pattern has you sew this down, then insert the I-cord, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because that sounds awful. I'm gonna make my I-cord and then just lay it around and then sew the ribbing shut around the I-cord, if that makes sense. So then I don't have to feed it through like it's already in there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the I-cord. I gotta check with Amanda. I kind of want the I-cord to be pink, but I'm gonna ask her first and see what she thinks. I'm making my I-cord and I'm trying to decide how long to make it. Does that look good? I think this looks good. I think this is fine. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here, I think. I think this is plenty of extra room for a little bow. We good. All right, I just finished my balaclava. I just need to weave in the ends. I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm either gonna weave in the ends now or start my balaclava now. TBD? No, TBD. We'll see. Okay, this is already going by so much faster than the first one. I knew it would, but I mean, it's been like an hour and I'm already starting to work down the sides. I'm a little concerned that this one will be a little smaller or just different from this one, because even though these are the exact same yarn, the pink is just a little thinner for some reason. We know this happens when you buy, you know, Michael's brand yarn and Joann's brand yarn. Sometimes the color variations have different weights, so we're gonna hope that this works, okay? I'm sorry if you hear the microwave going. I'm microwaving food. Hello, it's been a minute since I've worked on my version of the balaclava because I was out of town for work, but I did film some clips of me working on it, so I'll put those right here. Hello, hopefully I'm in frame. My phone's propped up so I can't see. I just arrived in Boston for a work trip and I worked on my balaclava like the entire time I was on the flight. 2 flights. So the first flight I did the entirety of the bottom ribbing, and the second flight I did, I don't know, a quarter of the face ribbing. I kind of stopped because I started getting tired, but look how close it is. Like, I would put it on, but my hair's really gross because I just flew across the country. But she's so cute and I'm really happy with her, and the ribbing turned out really nicely. Here's a close-up of how the balaclava is turning out. I mean, look at that crisp bottom ribbing. She is beautiful. And then we started the top ribbing right here. She's so cute. I mean, we're like 75% done, people. So yeah, this is what it looks like right now. I'm hoping to work on it some tonight. I'm going to another movie night, so maybe I can work on it while I'm there. Maybe I can finish it this weekend. That'd be great. I do really want to take pictures of this balaclava this weekend because I really want to send it to my friend so she can wear it before it gets warm. I just want to take pictures first. Sorry, Amanda, I just want to take pictures in it because honestly, I like this color combo better than mine. So, but that's okay because I wanted to use all the yarn. So yeah, I'm gonna try to take pictures of this bad boy this weekend. We'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm about to watch the movie Longlegs, so I'm going to work on my balaclava. Let's do this. So I made a lot of progress during that movie. I'm almost done with the face ribbing. Here's what it looks like. I also realized that I'm using the wrong hook size. I'm still using a 5.5 and I was supposed to size down to a 5. Whoops. Anyway, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And this yarn's thinner, so maybe having the bigger hook will look a little nicer. But yeah, I'm almost done with the face ribbing. I'm gonna try to finish this today. And that movie was very unsettling. There were a bunch of plot holes, I think, or just strange things that I don't think should have been included. Anyway, I watched that. It was very unsettling. Now I'm trying to watch something else to kind of cleanse my mind a little bit. Also, I couldn't really take the villain seriously because it's freaking Nicolas Cage. Like, I'm sorry. He was supposed to be really creepy and all, you know what I mean? I was like, that's Nicolas Cage. He's stealing the Declaration of Independence. You know what I mean? I was like, I can't. Anyway, that's all. I'm going to finish this balaclava. Okay, I just had a fun Discord chat with Mags, Aiden, and Kelsey, and I was working on my hood. I finished my front ribbing. I started on the I-cord, and now I'm starting to sew my ribbing shut. I'm so excited. I'm 99% done because I've already weaved in all my ends. So all I have to do is sew this shut, weave in the end from the face ribbing, and the end inevitably from weaving this down. I was gonna make the drawstring pink because that's what I did for the other one. The other one, the main body's blue and the drawstring's blue, but I ran out of pink yarn and I have an entire complete skein left. So I didn't want to dig into it just for a drawstring. So I decided to make the drawstring blue, which I think will be cute. And this way I can return that skein of yarn. I'm excited. Okay, so maybe I'm not finishing this tonight because I just realized I did something dumb. I'm not kidding, I got basically all the way done with sewing the ribbing down, and then I realized that the holes for the drawstrings are on the inside, right? So, oh, just flip it inside out, Brooke. When I do that, I've now got the wrong side of the bottom ribbing exposed. And I know this is small and no one will really notice, but I prefer this side to be showing as opposed to this side. I know that's such a tiny difference, but I just don't want that side to show. So I think I'm gonna redo the front ribbing, and this is what I think I'm gonna do. So when you do the front ribbing, basically, like I said, the pattern has you make a long row of ribbing and you sew it shut. And what they do is they put the holes for the drawstring at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is put the hole for the drawstring at the top, flip it over so that instead of it coming out of the bottom like this, it kind of comes out of the top, if that makes sense. And I don't think that will really bother me. If you've got your long ribbing here, they have you do it on kind of the front half, so it's folded over like this and it comes out this way. But what I'm gonna do is put the hole up here so that when it's folded over, it comes out this way. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm kind of bummed about this and I wonder if I should just put it down and maybe think about this tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna put it down, come back to it tomorrow and probably frog it. Hello, it is later. I'm about to force myself to sit down and frog the balaclava's face ribbing, because if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. Like, I could just see myself putting this away and never taking it back out. So I'm gonna make myself do it, even though I really wanna work on something else, but that's okay. So yesterday, I went ahead and finished the face ribbing, so now all I'm going to do is sew it down over my drawstring. We got this. All right, it's now the next day. Last night, I finished it. I finished sewing on my ribbing for the face, and this is what it looks like. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Yes, I need to weave in my ends. Yes, I need to wash and block it. Give me some grace, okay? But I really like it, and I do really like the way the blue tie looks on this one. For the other one, it was, you know, all blue with a blue tie, but I didn't have enough pink yarn. So I've done a blue tie on the pink one, and I kind of really like the way it pops, so there you go. So yeah, both balaclavas are now officially finished. I'm really happy with both of them. If you're looking for a pattern, I would recommend the Chroma hood by Cosmati. It's cute, like this is so cute. I would love to make many more of these, and I feel like the moss stitch, though it seems kind of holy when you're doing it, it does feel very warm. Like I wore this outside to take pictures and it worked, okay? It kept me warm. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with how this turned out, especially for my first time ever making a balaclava. Overall, she's cute. I'm ready for winter even though winter's almost over. That's okay. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll see you all next time. Bye.